Welcome to another trade of the day here at TraderTV.Live. Pop culture group. What? You probably never heard of this Chinese entertainment company here and marketing. I'm going to show you yesterday's action, recent IPO, and there is no way to describe this except explosive. We're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think 10 halts if I counted it correctly. Most of them to the upside. The stock went from 12 all the way to $33, and it wasn't even done because I'm talking about today's trade, day 2. We come in here today and, believe it or not, managing to open to the upside. We closed at 26, we had a top at 34, and did I think it was going to break out from that 34 area? I got to be honest, I clearly didn't. I wasn't long. There's no chance about it. Pre-market, it makes a high at 56. Now it is all over my radar at this point. If you're going to break out that high, you know it's going to be illiquid. Realistically, does anyone think that valuation is going to make any sense? No, that's a simple answer. But you can't just simply get into any short position and think you're going to win. Waiting for specific things for sure. The break at the open was a little bit too shallow of a move, though did set up because you did have a break of the pre-market high, a rejection, and then a halt down. So there was a re-entry trade here that I like. I didn't take it, so I'll get into the setup on the one that I actually did take, but it's very, very similar. You get a reopen down, it actually holds a higher low, and then again makes an explosive moves up. Halt, halt. What I'm looking for on an illiquid stock with a low float that is going to be a retracement trade that I think is overvalued, I want a halt. I want it to open back up, testing the halt level, not gapping above that halt level and holding. I want it testing above, failing to get past the next obvious level. It never gets past $80, and then I want it testing back down below that level. Now, you could have been in here short at about 70 to 72 when it reopened. It stayed open for literally 1 minute. 1 minute is all you had to get to 70 to 72, and then it halted to the downside. I missed it. I wasn't even fast enough there. However, we got another crack at it. So you miss the opportunity to get that short and then hold through the down halt, which sometimes is good, sometimes is bad, but you get liquidity events on those reopens. So when you have a series of upward halts, I'm looking for the first one down to the first rejection. It opens back up and gives me that same price area that I was looking for before. Immediately testing down, cannot break that halt high there of 72. I catch it on the way down, just below the 70 mark. We've got the short on. I am always taking profit early one of two ways. One, if it looks like it's going to halt down, I'm just going to cover at that halt price. In this case, it was right at that previous halt low that I'm going to cover some in front. So you have a nice winner on. It's not that you're playing with house money at this point, but you can be comfortable that you've got a decent top. It halts again at 60, opens back up, and we retest the high. Now, this might be a place where if it was a stock like an MRIM, which is more liquid, you might be looking to get back in at 68. In this case, because of what it did here, making halts down and then testing up again, and how ridiculous the chart was yesterday, we're a little bit conservative. And I think it was the right call, even if you certainly could have made some more money if you did it this way. It opens back up at 68, or tests back up at 68. We don't get more in, but we are now holding the trade. And here's where it gets tricky, because once we broke this low at 60, at that point I'm targeting down around this price area, 50 to 52. That's what I said to you guys on the live show. I'm looking 50 to 52. I think we can get down there if we break down. We test once, we test twice, we test 3 times. And at that point, I'm like, we're forming a wedge, knowing what's happened here, and then I'm taking a conservative line with this particular position. The next breakdown here of that wedge, I just cover the trade. Look, I'm going to take an $11 winner on the stock. Did it give you down to 52? There's a decent chance if I hold on to it that I'm probably covering around 55. It's an extra $3 in the trade. Certainly I'll go back and think about how I could have done it a little bit better to maybe capture a couple of extra dollars on it. The setup worked just fine. Because it couldn't really break down past that 52, you'll see it retesting the high, that 70 level. To me, that's absolutely crazy, but it's what's happening. You can't ignore how explosive it has been, how low the float is, how illiquid the stock can be at times, and that'll cause it to move up, even though just about everybody's going to say that it's overvalued. You should be trading back at 11, 12, maybe 15 or $20. Either way, you're seeing that test of the high. When you find a stock like this, it is very dangerous to go short. You have to have a plan of action. You have to have an out I find trading off of those halts is one of the safer ways to be able to do it. Let me know in the comment section if anybody got the long on a stock like this and was able to make on the last couple of days. I'd love to hear about it. This was my trade of the day here. As always, best of luck in the markets from Trade TV Live, and tune into our live show every single day. See you out there.